So what does grace look like? I see it, and there's certain things I don't see, right? Like I like to think I see everything, privilege and all the pieces. Like,
Right.
to be honest, and they're like, oh shit, there was this whole thing I didn't even notice, right? And so I'm sure that when we look at certain people, and it's so clear with certain people where they're this like holding this power, what does grace look like in relationship to that energy?
To the other people who don't see it.
Yeah, who seem to miss that, and who feel like liberation for them is this, and hoarding and keeping this idea of what they think America is, where white people tend to have more power than everybody else and make all the decisions. Like, what does grace? How does grace look like?
How do we have grace?
How do we have grace within that experience?
I think that's where that definition comes from.
Okay.
I don't want to violate anybody's dignity as
Yeah.
long as I don't have to give up mine.
Yeah.
That's exactly why that push-pull exists. I don't have to violate your dignity, but we have to figure out how we can coexist in a world
Yeah.
where your dignity is not violated, but neither is mine.
Yeah.
And the problem is, they always want to live like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everything is okay as long as we can be like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sir, I can't see. I can't, you realize I can't see. They're like, oh, you're
Yeah.
okay. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing when I try to explain to people about sexual violence.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use a gendered example for a second, but the problem that we had when Me Too went viral, whatever, it was like when women got up to tell their stories of trauma, all folks could hear were men's life being ruined. Right?
Right. Yeah.
You had these women getting up telling these stories that they had held in the pit of their stomach for 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years sometimes.
Yeah.
But all they could hear were men's lives being ruined. They could not hear a woman's life being saved.
Wow. That's very true.
It's
very true.
You have to alter that to be able. I'm not going to violate your dignity. I will not violate your dignity, but I'm not going to compromise mine.
Yeah.
We all have the right to walk through this life with our dignity intact.
100%. Yeah.
That's a human right.
Yeah.
That's a basic human right.
Yeah.
But that's what happens.
And if it makes me uncomfortable, that's my problem.
It most certainly is not mine. It's definitely not
And the
mine.
hardest part, I mean, men has a lot of challenges, but one of the hard part of men have challenges on is allowing somebody to express their pain and feel that pain and empathize, as you talk about so eloquently in your books, empathize without needing to go into some excuse or some story or something around that.
Listen, not to be all too personal, but my husband and I deal with this thing sometimes, and he has these moments, and I'm like, this is discomfort, baby. We just had it this morning. I was coming in on a plane, and we were having a conversation in the Uber, and he was like, I don't want to talk about this. I was like, cause you're uncomfortable. He was like, this ain't right. I'm like, listen, say it with me. You're just uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. He hates that word. He was like, it's just not right. We shouldn't be talking about this. I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's just discomfort.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. And the more somebody's raised without any discomfort, the more discomfort's harder for them.
Exactly. That's
right?
what I'm saying.
It's like, well, I've never, I'm always taught that I should get everything I want, and I'm not getting what I want. There's a problem.
That's all
it's like, no, that's life.
And when we finished, I was like, look at this. You see look at you. It's over. We were on FaceTime, and we got to the conversation. I was like, baby, look around. It's over. You're alive.
Yeah.
Look at you. I was like, look, you're alive. It's over.
The discomfort happened.
Yeah, the discomfort
it was here.
happened. You got through it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like the chart they have in the doctor's office. That little face is discomfort. That's pain. You can live through discomfort.
It feels like death for men.
Yeah, it feels like full on death.
It feels like death.
And it depends on the level of privilege you have. The
Yeah.
more privilege you have, the more discomfort feels like somebody shot you. And like, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's just like, I just pinched a little bit of your privilege. Like, give me my privilege back. I need that. I'm like, I promise you, it's
You're
going to
be okay. You
Look at
actually might be-
all that privilege you have
You
left.
might be better than okay. You might actually be part of the human family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If you fly first class, anybody, try this, try this. If you get to fly, or Comfort Plus, and step in front of a white man who thinks that you don't belong there.
Wow.
Oh my God, they're privileged. They don't know what to do with it. Ma'am, I don't think you belong here. Sir, your privilege is intact. You're fine.
Maybe not though. Maybe they sense that there is a
They're
new
losing
wave.
something.
They are
Yeah.
losing something. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They feel like they're. I'm like, I am one person, one body in front of you. You are going to
Yeah.
get down that jet bridge and get into your seat, and you're going to be just fine. That little bit of discomfort you're feeling right now, it'll be eased when they bring you that little mimosa to your seat. It's just. But they feel like they're losing it.
And do you feel like that's what we're seeing in our
That's what we're
society today?
seeing.
A lot of people who
They're coming.
Right,
They're going
right,
to get
right.
my other mimosa. No, I'm not. There's one for you and there's one for me. But it's wild to watch it happen in real time. I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you actually think is going to happen?
Yeah.
It's, in these states, you see Georgia is turning
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
little blue, a little red. And
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing's fundamentally different in
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, people is still segregated, right?
Right.
People,
Life goes on.
Life goes on.
Life
Y'all
goes on.
live where you live. We live where we live. I don't live in Georgia, but the blacks live where they
Yeah.
live. The whites live where they live. And the black people and the white people who lived commingled, still commingle.
Yeah.
The people still work together. It's just the idea is so painful.
Yeah.